On my 18th birthday, my mother handed my sister a wrapped box. My gift? She smiled and said, "Your sister needs this more. Stop being selfish." That was the moment something inside me broke. I packed a bag, left home, and swore I'd never come back. But years later, when they needed me the most, I remembered exactly how selfish I wasn't. When people talk about the moment they grew up, they usually mean graduation or their first job. For me, it was the day my mother gave away my birthday gift. It was supposed to be my 18th birthday, a day of independence, a little celebration for finally becoming an adult. But in our house, everything revolved around my sister, Claire. Claire was the favorite, the golden child, the one who could do no wrong. Strata student, varsity cheerleader, daddy's girl, and me. I was the quiet one, the average one, the one Mom sighed about when relatives asked how I was doing. Still, I had hoped that maybe my 18th birthday would be different. Maybe they'd finally see me. We sat at the dinner table. There was a small cake, 2 candles, and a box wrapped in silver paper in front of me. My heart fluttered. Then Mom turned to Claire. "Sweetie, why don't you open this? You'll love it." I blinked. "Wait, what? Isn't that—" She smiled. "It's for Claire. Don't be selfish, honey. She needs it more than you." Inside the box was a brand new laptop, the exact one I'd been saving for since sophomore year. I felt my throat tighten. "Mom, that's mine." "You said enough," she snapped. "You're being dramatic. Your sister actually needs it for college. You'll understand someday." I didn't understand. All I felt was invisible. My dad just kept eating, pretending not to notice the tears in my eyes. That night, after everyone went to bed, I packed a backpack, a few clothes, my old phone, and a crumpled $40 bill. I left a note that said only one thing: "I'm done being selfish," and I walked out. The first few months were hell. I crashed on friends' couches, worked part-time at a diner, and sometimes skipped meals just to afford rent. But for the first time, I wasn't walking on eggshells. I wasn't being compared or criticized. I got my GED, then started community college at night while working during the day. Every dollar I earned went toward a small goal, becoming someone no one could ignore again. I studied computer engineering. It wasn't easy. I didn't have the fancy laptop my sister got. I borrowed old lab machines, used library computers, and sometimes worked until sunrise. But it felt good. It felt mine. I sent my mom a postcard once, a simple "I'm alive, don't worry." She never wrote back. Years passed. I graduated with honors, got a job as a junior developer, then moved to a tech startup that took a chance on me. By 25, I was a lead software engineer. By 27, I had my own house, my own car, and a peace I'd never known. It was a random Thursday when I got a call from an unknown number. It was my mom. Her voice cracked when she spoke. "Sweetheart, we need to talk." I almost hung up, but something in her tone stopped me. Turns out, Claire's life wasn't so perfect anymore. She'd dropped out of her grad program after failing her courses, married a guy who left her 6 months later, and was now broke, unemployed, and back living with my parents. And my parents, they'd remortgaged their house to pay off Claire's debts and lost everything. "We might have to move," Mom said softly. "We don't have anywhere to go. Maybe you could help." I stared at the phone for a long time. Help, after everything. "You know, Mom," I said slowly, "I remember you once said Claire needed my things more. Maybe she needs your help more, too." There was silence on the other end. Then she whispered, "Please, don't be like this." "I'm not," I said calmly. I just stopped being selfish, like you told me to, and I hung up. A few months later, I got another call, this time from Claire. She was crying. I'm sorry, okay? I was horrible to you. I get it now. Just please, can I stay with you? Just until I find something. Part of me wanted to slam the door forever. But another part, the part that had carried that pain for years, wanted closure. So I said yes. She arrived at my house the next day, suitcase in hand, wearing a faded hoodie. She looked defeated. When she walked into my home, I saw the flicker in her eyes. Realization, this wasn't luck. This was everything she took for granted, rebuilt from the ground up. For a week, I let her stay. I cooked for her, gave her space, watched her squirm with guilt every time she saw the life I'd made. Then, one morning, I handed her an envelope. "What's this?" she asked. "A job application," I said. "At the diner I used to work, they're hiring." She looked at me, horrified. "You're kidding? You want me to flip burgers? You said I was lazy once. Time to see how hard work feels." That night she packed her things and left. She never called again, and I didn't chase her. A year later, I got another call from a law firm. My parents' house had gone into foreclosure. They'd listed me as an emergency contact. I didn't go. I sent them a check for a small amount, enough to cover their last month's rent. The note attached said, "You taught me not to be selfish. I learned. I just wish you had too." That was the last time I ever heard from them. Now, when my birthday comes around, I don't expect gifts. I bake my own cake, light my own candles, and give myself something better than anything they ever could. Peace. Because sometimes revenge isn't loud. It's walking away and thriving so loudly that your silence echoes in their guilt. They called me selfish for wanting to be treated fairly. But when they needed me most, I finally understood I wasn't selfish. I was just done giving everything to people who gave me nothing back. And that, honestly, was the best gift I ever gave myself.